Hey there, tech survivors. Welcome back to the channel. And for all the newcomers, glad to have you here. You're in the right place for all things tech. And don't forget to subscribe. All right, now that we're officially besties, let's jump in. So far, we've covered artificial intelligence and machine learning. You know, the cool tech making things like self-driving cars, voice assistants, and the still not here robot butlers we were promised. But today, we're zooming in on something even cooler. We're talking about the real MVP in the AI world, large language models, or LLMs. So, what exactly is a large language model? It's basically an AI model built to understand, generate, and manipulate human language. As an AI model, it doesn't actually think like a human, but it can learn from large amounts of data using machine learning techniques, which helps it mimic human-like responses. So no, they don't think like a human, they mimic us. They're not sitting there pondering life's big questions, like, why are we here? Or is pineapple acceptable on pizza? Nope, LLMs aren't having those deep, philosophical debates. Instead, they learn from data, tons and tons of it. Imagine reading every book ever written, scrolling through all the conversations on the internet, and remembering every text message ever sent. That's kind of what an LLM does, but way faster and without getting tired. For large language models, learning means recognizing patterns in language. So no, they don't memorize things like a parrot repeating what it hears. Instead, they understand how words and phrases fit together in a logical way. For example, when your brain hears knock knock, you automatically think, who's there? It's not because you've memorized every knock knock joke. It's because you've learned the pattern. LLMs do this too, but on a massive scale. They're trained on tons of data. And when I say tons, I mean almost the entire internet in some cases. The more data they learn from, the larger the model becomes, and the more complex and accurate the language they can generate. As a machine learning system, LLMs can improve over time. This means they get really good at predicting the next word in a sentence, or even writing a full conversation that sounds supernatural. They're like the ultimate text predictors, but on steroids. After training, the large language model is like a finely tuned machine, ready to go out into the world and start generating text like a pro. But here's the kicker. Even after all that training, LLMs can still get better over time as they interact with more data and feedback. For example, some models like Chat GPT use reinforcement learning to improve. This happens when users provide feedback, like hitting the thumbs up if you're satisfied with an answer, or choosing between two different responses. This feedback helps the LLM learn which answers are more useful or accurate, allowing it to fine-tune its responses. There are other big names in the game, like Google's Gemini, Meta's Llama, and Anthropic's Claude. Each of these LLMs has its own unique strengths, kind of like how different superheroes have their own special powers. Gemini, for example, is super versatile, like the multitasker of the group. Llama is like the open source tinkerer, flexible and ready for custom tweaks, perfect for experiments. And Claude was developed with a strong focus on safety and ethical considerations. So yeah, ChatGPT might be the superstar, but it's definitely not the only one out there. The LLM world is full of options, each with its own superpower. And that's a wrap for today. If you've got more burning questions about large language models, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And hey, if you want to level up your tech game, click that subscribe button and don't forget to check out our previous videos on AI and machine learning. Trust me, you'll be well on your way to earning that tech knowledge badge. Keep it smart, keep it curious, and I'll see you in the next video.